Hi everyone, I am Eunice Lastimoso, a third-year B.Ed student at Negros Oriental State University Shaton campus. Today, I will going to discuss the theories of second language acquisition by Jim Cummins theory. But before that, please be guided with our learning objectives. So at the end of the lessons, students will be able to explain the difference between basic interpersonal communication skills and cognitive academic language proficiency and describe how context-embedded or reduced communication and the iceberg analogy relate to the second language. Demonstrate how social communication or basic interpersonal communication skills can shift into academic communication or cognitive academic language proficiency through role play and dialogue presentation. Show openness and respect for classmates with different levels of language proficiency. So, this will be the learning outcomes after the discussion. Now, let us discuss what is Jim Cummins' theory. But let me introduce first who is Jim Cummins. So, Jim Cummins, he was born in Dublin, Ireland, a student of bilingual education or English, a PhD, University of Alberta in Edmonton focused on her bilingualism, cognition, and building education. Currently professor in the Department of Teaching, Learning, and Curriculum in the Ontario Institute for Studies in Education of the University of Toronto. His research focuses on bilingualism, educational barriers, language learning, and special education. So, Jim Cummins' language acquisition theories have directly influenced classroom instruction. Cummins distinguishes between two types of language, which are the basic interpersonal communication skills and cognitive academic language proficiency have directly influenced classroom instruction. This distinction had led teachers to better understanding of language ability and expectations. So this research has shown that the average students can develop conversational fluency within 2 to 5 years. So Jim Cummins is a language expert who explained that learning a second language has two levels, which are the basic interpersonal communication skills and the cognitive academic language proficiency. So, the two major aspects of language proficiency that must be acquired by second language learners are the basic interpersonal communication skills and cognitive academic language proficiency. So let us define first what is basic interpersonal communication skills. So basic interpersonal communication skills are classified as the communicative skills of listening and speaking that are needed in social situations. The interactions occur in an authentic social context and are usually context embedded. So as you can see in the picture, basic interpersonal communication skills is used for interpersonal interactions and oral communication. So, basic interpersonal communication skills are not considered as demanding cognitive tasks and the language required is not specialized. These skills develop quickly in second language learners from 1 to 2 years. Now, let us proceed to cognitive academic language proficiency. So this refers to the student's academic learning in the various subject areas. This level of language learning is essential for students to succeed in school, and it includes the oral and written production skills of speaking and writing, and the oral and written comprehension skills of listening and reading in content areas. So in the picture presented, cognitive academic language proficiency is a highly specialized and cognitively demanding academic language used in classroom setting. This academic proficiency takes a much longer time to develop in second language learners, generally 5 to 8 years. Let us proceed to the Cummins four quadrants. So, Cummins combined context and cognitive demand into four quadrants. In the picture presented, we can see there that there are context embedded versus context reduced communication and cognitively undemanding versus cognitively demanding communication together with their examples. So, context-embedded communication, it provides several communicative supports to the listener or reader, such as objects, gestures, or vocal inflections, which help make the information comprehensible. While context-reduced communication, it provides fewer communicative clues to support understanding. Similarly, Cummins distinguish between different cognitive demands that communication can place on the learner. According to Cummins, language can be cognitively demanding or cognitively undemanding. So when we say cognitively undemanding communication, it requires a minimal amount of abstract or critical thinking. While the cognitively demanding communication, it requires a learner to analyze and synthesize information quickly and contains abstract or specialized concepts. Let's move forward to Common Underlying Proficiency Model or CUP. So, Commons believes that in the course of learning one language, a child acquires a set of skills and implicit meta-linguistic knowledge that can be drawn upon when working in another language. So based on the picture presented, this diagram explains that linguistic interdependence theory developed by Cummins or Jim Cummins, also referred to as the iceberg theory. So it can be seen that the common underlying proficiency or CUP provides the base for the development of both the first language or L1 and the second language L2. It follows that any expansion of CUP or common underlying proficiency that takes place in one language will have a beneficial effect on the other languages. This theory also serves to explain why it becomes easier to learn each additional language. So, Commons language acquisition theories break language down into categories that are very critical for teachers to understand. His theories can be summarized as: first, second language learners become proficient in basic interpersonal communication years before becoming proficient in cognitive academic language, meaning students learn basic interpersonal communication skills faster than cognitive academic language proficiency. Second, the ease of understanding language depends on the context in which it is used. So, context embedded communication is easier to understand than context reduced communication. Third, or lastly, the ease of understanding language also depends on whether the language is cognitively demanding or undemanding. So those series are by Commons Language Acquisition. Thank you for listening and I hope you understand. So these are the references.